everyone, my name is Sarah, and in this video I want to be talking about the things I learned in 2021. I feel like whenever I mention 2021, everyone sort of just wants to pretend it never happened, and I get that for sure because 2021 tested me a lot. It tested my mental health quite, a lot, my physical and emotional health, and I think some of the things that I learned that has definitely made a difference in the last couple of months. So at the start of the year, it was kind of really messy, and yeah, if anyone wants me to talk about that and sort of my experience, I can make another video. But yeah, let's get on with it. So I'm going to be looking down just because I've written some stuff down that I don't want to forget. But okay, so the first thing I learned in 2021 is what I'm in control of. And a lot of the time we do focus on what we're not in control of. So I don't know, like someone's reaction to what we said and if someone was upset, but some of the time we needed to say it. So in the situation where someone said something that was mean, they might not agree with that and they might have a reaction, and then we feel bad for saying what we actually felt in that moment because of their reaction. And I think that's something that I'm learning to focus on what I'm in control of, whether it's a friendship situation, I don't know, just in general, learn what you're in control of. So I'm in control of how I feel. I can control how I react to things. So if someone was mean to me or if someone was being hurtful to me, I can choose whether or not I'm going to let that affect me. I feel like quite a lot of situations in life in general where we sort of say, oh, I can't control that, but we still react to it, or we let it affect us. And I think it's just very important to just say to yourself what you're in control of and what you're not, because there's certain circumstances you're not in control of how someone else feels. Obviously in certain ways you do, being kind and being thoughtful of what you say before you hurt someone, yes. But when you are doing that and that person maybe still you know gets hurt in the process, or I think just in general there are a lot of things that we can control and things that we can't. We can't control how someone thinks, how someone feels, how someone acts. A lot of the time we try to have that sort of thing where, oh, I can help them, I can guide them, and where you forget yourself because you're trying to help someone so much. But in a way it's you can only help someone up to a point, because the rest they have to do it themselves. I used to do that quite a lot, where I had a friend where I used to try and advise them a lot over things that they did, and they never really listened, and it was becoming a really big strain on me. And I sort of just, after a very long time, I sort of realized that, and I was like, you know what, I am doing the best that I can, and they're not listening to me, they aren't treating me kindly, so I sort of left the situation. Obviously I still care about the person, but I just realized that I also had myself to take care of, and that it's okay to say no and take care of myself. That's actually another lesson that I learned in 2021, to say no, to be okay with saying no to people. A lot of the time we are people pleasers. I don't know about you, but I was a really big people pleaser. I'm still learning not to be. All of these steps, I'm literally, it's we're always improving as people, right? And that this is something I'm definitely still learning to do. But yeah, saying no. A lot of the time we're tired and we still say yes, so yeah, I can do it, and we're not even doing it being happy about it. So it's definitely something that we as humans need to develop, the courage to say no, even if it's for family members, for friends, even at work. You are allowed to say no and prioritize yourself. It's not even just once in a while, but if you don't want to do it, you're allowed to say no. That doesn't always that's not always the case, as in oh, if it's something that you have to do for work, as in a deadline, you can't always say no. But when it comes to if it's affecting your mental health, you're allowed to take a break and take some time for yourself and then figure out what you can do next. Hopefully that that came across correctly. Motivation. So a lot of the time, okay, so in 2021, before I move on to a different topic altogether. In 2021, I was very unmotivated. I didn't do anything for a very long time, stayed at home for many months, and always was like, oh, I wish I had the motivation to get up and do this and play guitar and play a game, like, things like that, tidy up my room. And it was always like, oh, so like when I do get the motivation, then I'll do it. But then I started realizing that I have to make my own motivation. So if you just lay in bed and wait for like something to like a bell to ring or something to strike, and you'll be like, oh, then I'll get up, then that's never gonna happen. Or it's gonna be a very long time before you do actually start something. So one thing I've learned is to sort of just do it. Whenever I think of the thing that I want to do it straight away, because then it becomes a habit. You do it once. It's like those little small steps make a huge difference at the end of the day. For me, it was like applying for a job. I always wanted a job, always, and like I just want my own money, I think everyone sort of gets that, but I've wanted a job for so long, and I used to say, oh, I want a job, and never really applied. And then one day I was like, you know what? If I want something, I need to go out and get it. Why am I just waiting? No one else is going to do this for me. I need to go out and do it. So then I applied one day, didn't get any like results back for like ages. Then when I got it back, I remembered again. So I kept applying, and now I got a job. It's the same thing with streaming. Oh, I stream on Twitch. And for like a long time I've been saying, oh, I want to stream, or like I want to make a YouTube video. Even this video right now has been something I've been putting off for ages. But then I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. Like, what's gonna stop me except myself? Like, I feel like most of the time we stop ourselves from doing things, from succeeding, from yeah. So motivation wise, it has to come from you. You have to be like, to decide for yourself that you want to do it. Of course, your mind and your body are going to be like, no, I want to be comfortable. Because most of the time, I want to lay in bed just like anyone else. I want to be watching TV like for ages, or like, I don't know, Netflix or something like that. But if I actually want to do something with my life, I have to get up and do it. It definitely is one that I'm still learning about, and it's one that is definitely taking me out of my comfort zone, especially when it comes to like meeting people or doing things that I want to do for myself. It's definitely, I'm not gonna say it's not a challenge, because it is, but you are actually capable of doing it. Coming from me, from someone who was like severely like, just not doing great in 2021, and to now, like, it honestly was a big transition. And you might think like, how is she saying all this if she says like how bad she was doing in 2021? It honestly, I wouldn't know how to explain it unless I feel like I made a video about what I went through in 2021 and how that affected me now. I don't even know if I'm making any sense in this video, but hopefully I am. But yeah, it's one of those things. So motivation like comes from you. Don't just wait for it to like knock on your door. Like, get up and do it. Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so one of the things I do on my stream is things like that, talk about this sort of thing. And I feel like if you ever want to like clean your room or something like that and I'm streaming, go ahead. That's something I love watching people do. Something else that has helped me is focusing on the solution and not the problem. So when you focus on the solution, you can actually be able to figure out what's going on. A lot of the time we reminisce on the problem. So like we focus on, oh, I can't do this, oh, like I don't have the money, or I don't have the time, I don't have the resources, so you focus, so like if you had an argument with your friend, you focus more on the argument than on how you can figure out like how you can talk to your friend about it, in that situation. And like I learned this in therapy, like, and it was like mind-blowing, because it was something that I always did. I always used to focus on like, oh no, but I can't do this and this is not gonna work. And then I was like, no, instead of like, because I know the problem's already there, if I focus on it more, it's gonna make me like feel even worse. It's gonna make me like sort of lazy to fix it, sort of thing. And so now whenever I do have like a situation where I haven't been able to figure out something, instead of focusing on that I can't do, I'm like, no, who can I go to, who can advise me, who can be sort of like, oh yeah, like who can help me find that, or if not or if it is myself, then I'll be like, this is what I can do, this is how I can do it. So focusing on the solution and not the problem, because focusing on the solution will save you a lot more time, a lot more energy, a lot more like I think just not just time, but like yourself, so like your mental health. I don't really know how to explain this that well, but it's just something that, yeah, things into perspective. And also, like, joining with this point of like finding a solution, I also started doing affirmations for myself, because in the beginning, when it came to focusing on the solution, not the problem, a lot of the time I used to be like, well, I don't know how to do it and I can't do it. Saying those words are like quite negative. And it's very cliche for people to say, oh, like, don't be negative and stuff like that, which is a lot harder than, than you can say. But it's one of those things where, like, so affirmations help you believe in yourself a lot more. In the beginning, I was like, oh, this is not gonna work. Like, what am I just doing? Like, I feel like I'm just following what everyone wants me to do. But now I literally, it's something that I do that has improved my confidence, my like self-worth, I think just myself, like who I believe in. Like, now normally what I do is saying I can do it. I may not know right now, but I will figure it out. Maybe like write down the solutions. A lot of the time we don't, I feel like everyone talks about journaling, but they don't actually do it, or they don't realize how important it can be to actually journal, because you're getting things off your mind onto paper and seeing it. Because I feel like in your mind there's so many things you can think about at once. I don't know about anyone else, but me, I feel like I'm always thinking about something, always thinking about what's next, and not focusing like on the now. So whenever I have a problem, I always maybe like try to write it down or talk about it out loud, because then I can take off what's just in my brain. And I feel like you're putting it out into the world. It's making it like as if it was tangible. I don't know if that makes sense. I also know I'm talking quite a lot and quite fast, so I'm sorry about that. I hope this makes sense. And I think lastly, so that this video isn't too long, is to do what you love. So in 2021, I was focusing a lot on doing what other people wanted me to do. And that was quite like upsetting, because I always felt like I was disappointing someone if I did something that I wanted to do. So like going to uni, I was gonna do art, and a lot of people were very against that, because they're like, oh, art doesn't gain you money, art doesn't, they were very like negative about it. And in turn, it made me sort of be like questioning my decisions. But then I realized, sort of towards the end of 2021, I started like doing therapy, as I said, and it started sort of, I think in therapy they talk a lot about doing things that you love and doing things that you want to do. And sort of that sparked like a, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? It sort of made me realize, like, I can do things that I like. I need to do things that I like, so that I basically can live a happy life. Like, I need to do things that encourage me every day. So I started by like playing the guitar more. That was something that I like, or writing more songs. And even like streaming, I literally was like, okay, I've always wanted to do this. I like talking, as you can tell. I like singing. I started doing streaming with singing, and I loved it. It was something that encouraged me every day. And so now all I want to do is stream. What else? I think just like drawing in general. I started drawing. I started, what else did I start? I'm trying to figure out things that I did. But like, anyway, just do what you love. Don't let other people tell you not to do it. Obviously, a lot of the time we do have different responsibilities. We have life responsibilities, and we can't always do it. But every day, maybe even if it's for 5 minutes, try doing something that you love, and I promise you it will make a huge difference. You are allowed to do things for yourself and take time for yourself. And even if other people aren't happy about that, it's one of those things, like, you can't control, like I said in the beginning, you can't control how other people feel about something that you do. But you can control what you do and how you feel. So, like, from that, just try and do what you love. Do something that you've always wanted to do. So in 2022, make it a thing. do something that you've always wanted to do, whether it's travel, whether it's I don't know, going out with your friends more. Make it like, if you make it a habit, then it will definitely change your perspective on in life. And just one last thing, I feel like a lot of people say, oh, I want 2022 to be my year, you know, it better be my year and stuff like that. And it's one of those things where I was thinking about that recently, and I thought to myself, you know, 2022 is just a year, but I'm like, I can make it my year. You know what I mean? Because a lot of things that are out of my control are going to happen, and are going to try to ruin my year. But if I have the mindset of, no, I make my year, then it makes it different. I don't know if I'm getting this across, but yeah, so like, just do what you love. And I'm just going to have a rundown of what I said. So you are in control of you and no one else. You can make your own motivation. You can start doing what you want to do. But you do really have to like change your mindset about it, and stop like saying I can't do it, and you can. Sometimes we like maybe physically feel like we can't do it, but there's always a solution to whatever you're going through. There's always a solution. I feel like reaching out to people is definitely something that's important. I know people say that a lot, but do reach out to the people around you. And I know there's still a lot of stigma about going to therapy, but please, like, if you need it, do that, because it was something that actually did really help me sort of figure out my own feelings, into like how, like, the things that I went through, like, I think just sorry, things that I went through, it helped me a lot. Speaking out how I was feeling instead of just internalizing it, writing it down, just try to express how you feel in some way, in healthy ways. Find healthy ways. There's a lot of different healthy ways. But yeah, if anyone wants like other videos about my 2021 and just things that I'm learning now, like a more in-depth maybe like video over the things that I said, which there's quite a lot more of things that I learned in 2021, but I talk quite a lot, and I don't want to make the video even longer. But yeah, I'd for sure love to talk about it. And I stream. I don't have a schedule as of now, but on my streams I sometimes do talk about this sort of thing, and also stream games and things like that. So if anyone wants to check out my channel, I'm gonna have it down below. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I do really hope you have an amazing 2022. And it's only the beginning, it's only January, and you can accomplish so much, and you can do it. I feel like a motivational speaker, but seriously, yeah, I really do hope everyone has a good 2022. And if you want to reach out to me, I have Instagram and Twitter, and you can like DM me, and I'd be like happy to talk to you and sort of, yeah, just, you know, make new friends, meet new people. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.